Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 12, and the opening minutes. They released them online, and it's a solid opening minutes. I'm really happy with this week's opening minutes. A lot of times the opening minutes are only like a minute long. This one's 4 minutes long, and it has a lot of action, so really cool. But in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about it, break it down shot by shot. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Also, obviously, spoiler warning in case you haven't been caught up with The Walking Dead. And if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe for more Walking Dead content just like this. But with all that being said, let's get into the opening minutes. Alright, so like I said, we saw how last week's episode ended off. It was a little bit of a cliffhanger. I mean, a good cliffhanger, that is. I mean, I don't even know if you want to consider that a cliffhanger, but it was basically the beginning of the Hilltop battle. And the end, you know, they were shooting the gasoline, and everyone and everything was on fire, and they started shooting fire bows. So yeah, really insane stuff by the Whisperers that really have, you know, the Hilltoppers at a bad position, and that's pretty much where the opening minute starts off. The opening minutes is kind of terrifying because it starts off with this, you know, lean in on the fire. And we have a bunch of people screaming in the background, which I'm only assuming that means more people are burning alive because they're also covered in gasoline. And we had that one character, I don't know who it was, but that one character did end up dying at the end of last episode because he got on fire. And we have Carol here shooting arrows at all the walkers, and you can see behind her. This is a really cool shot. Like, the Hilltop is just like an absolute, I mean, not cool, but like obviously it's not a good thing, but it's you know, you can see the Hilltopper or the Hilltop behind her, the main house just burning down. And I mean, it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do, because the Hilltop, you know, that house is like really big, and you know, just it's been there for a long time apparently, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they rebuild it or move on or what. But this really sucks because the Hilltop is, you know, that Hilltop house is very iconic. So again, you know, this really sucks, but we'll see what happens. And I mean, they probably will rebuild it, but we'll see. Here you can see all the walkers, and then again Carol just shooting at them. And you know, and then we go in the inside of the Hilltop, like behind the walls, to see what's going on. And we have all these walkers, they're on fire, they're breaking through, so stuff is really going down, and not in a good way. We have Daryl here trying to use his Morning Star. I just found out that weapon was called a Morning Star, so that's pretty cool. That's why the title of the episode was Morning Star. But yeah, he's using his Morning Star to kill some of these walkers. And there's also going to be Whispers in the mix. Here we can see a bunch of the Hilltoppers with shields trying to get past them. You can see right here, they're, you know, I mean, they're all, I mean, the ones, like, this is dangerous right here, this, you know, with running into the walkers who are on fire, because they could potentially catch on fire themselves. So we'll see what happens, but that itself is really dangerous if they're covered in gasoline. Again, we have Daryl here killing some of the walkers. We have Rosita as well. So yeah, they're just trying to fight and get out, because we know they're gonna be leaving the Hilltop too. So they're just probably trying to get out. Again, like, we have Rosita here. We have all the Hilltoppers trying to hold back the walkers in the fire. And wow, I mean, look at that. That is chaotic. I mean, that's worse than what Alexandria was, I think. I mean, I don't know, because Alexandria has a bunch of houses, and that really got torn down, because like pretty much all the houses got burned down and they had to rebuild it. But we'll see what happens here at the Hilltop. But this is not looking good at all. And again, we have like the walkers, we have characters running around, and it's getting very, very hectic. So I think this was a really good opening minutes, because this is sort of like, I'm sure they're gonna, because the majority of the episode is gonna be them out in the wild and trying to escape, because I think the war is gonna go outside and, you know, not be inside the Hilltop walls, because they destroyed the Hilltop. So I think these opening minutes were great, because they just basically showed us that real quick. They're also firing back at the Whisperers. I don't know exactly what this is. It's hard to tell, because it's like super dark and there's fire and it's smoke, but I don't know, it looks like they're firing like these big rocks. That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong. Maybe we'll see a better shot later on. But here we have Alden, we have Earl, and against some of the other Hilltoppers just firing back. We have a shot of Earl here fighting, and then some of the Whisperers get in now because this is really interesting. Again, we have Eugene fighting some of the walkers, Aaron, and then we have this Whisperer right here. You see he fights back. So that's really interesting that they burned this place down, or they're planning to burn this place down, and they're actually going back and fighting. So that's kind of dumb, but it kind of shows their dedication to kill everybody. But then Kelly comes and helps out and tackles the Whisperer. So the person that the Whisperer tackled is totally fine, so no worries about them. Here's a good shot of Daryl using his Morning Star. I love this. And he's fighting look at that, he just slammed the Whisperer. So these Whisperers are trying to get in and kill. That's what I mean. This is what I was thinking was gonna happen when we heard about this Hilltop battle, because they're coming with the horde of walkers. So it's it's already hard to tell the difference between a walker and a Whisperer, let alone at night. And now, let alone, because I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know everything was going to burn down to the ground. There's going to be fog everywhere. So this is really hard to tell the difference between walkers and Whisperers. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of the characters end up getting killed. But yeah, that's what I mean. This is going to be very intense, very quickly. And then we have Lydia killing a Whisperer or a walker. And then Gamma comes up to her and tells her that she can't go out there because that's what Alpha wants. And then Lydia says that I'll never walk with her. So I think it's pretty safe to say that, Lydia is going to be on the good side for sure. Now it's just a matter of, is she going to survive the Whisper War? And I think she will. I think she will survive and go on and, be in the other arcs like the Commonwealth and all that kind of stuff. But let me know if you feel the same, or do you think something's going to happen to Lydia? Let me know in the comments down below. And while they're talking, you can hear a lot of people coughing in the background. And, that's obviously from the smoke and stuff, which kind of makes me worried for King Ezekiel, because remember, he's sick. So it's going to be really hard on him too, especially hard on him. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure he's gonna be okay in this situation. But speaking of Ezekiel, we actually see him right after this, and he's with all the kids. So he's trying to gather all the kids and take them somewhere safe, and that's what he's doing right here. And then he stops for a second and says, "Where's Judith?" Because Judith obviously isn't there. And then we cut to Judith, and she's killing some walkers like a badass. And she actually runs into a Whisperer. And she knocks down this Whisperer, and the mask comes off, and the Whisperer's standing there saying pretty much begging for their life. And then that's when Earl comes and grabs Judith and tells her to come with Earl. So that's really interesting to me, because that goes to show there's more Whisperers out there that are just doing it because they've been brainwashed by Alpha. They don't really want to be part of the Whisperers and live the way they're living. They're just doing it because of Alpha. So that's interesting to me. And we saw that once again here with a totally different Whisperer. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of the Whisperers do end up joining the good side afterwards. I know it's gonna be really hard because of the Whisperers and what they do, but we'll see. And yeah, things start getting really bad. Things start exploding, and it's getting really bad. We have Carol still up here shooting with the bows and arrows, and then we cut to Eugene, and he turns around and he sees the house, the Barrington house, and it's completely destroyed. It's burning top to bottom. And he looks up, because remember, all his stuff is up there, his radio and the stuff he talks to Stephanie, and he runs after it. So that's gonna be really interesting to see if it's a close call with him or something. But obviously he wants to save that, and he runs towards the house because he wants to get his radio stuff. And Rosita yells out for him. I'm sure he's gonna be fine, and I'm sure he's gonna get it, because, well, actually I don't know if he's gonna get it, because even if he doesn't get it, he still has the meeting with Stephanie. They said they're gonna meet up in a week. So even if he doesn't end up getting the radio stuff, I'm sure he's gonna meet Stephanie. So that'll be okay. We don't really see if he gets it or not. He just sort of runs towards the house, and it cuts there. And we go back to all the other characters, and again, they're just trying to hold back all the walkers and Whisperers, and they're all Daryl says, "Follow me," because they're trying to find a way out of there. And they're really trying hard to protect the place, but they're looking around, there's fire everywhere, and it's absolutely destroyed. So there's really nothing they can do. And that's where pretty much it ends off. We have this shot of all the walkers, and they're all trying to gather up, and Daryl tries to find a way out. And that's, I think, the direction they're headed, because they tried really hard to save the Hilltop, but there's no way they could save that. Everything is burning down, and that's where it stopped. We have these walkers, and they try to move away, and they're probably just gonna try to get out and just run away because there's no way they could save the Hilltop. I mean, they tried, but they just couldn't. So I thought it was a really good opening minutes because it shows us like the aftermath of what happened at the end of last episode, and then the main episode is gonna be them in the woods trying to run away, and that's also gonna be really interesting to see the Whisperers come after them, and they're gonna be in the woods. I think they're gonna try to go to Alexandria. We'll see. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, I feel like maybe it's a little bit dangerous, bringing all the Whisperers over there, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, the Hilltop is done for, which really sucks because I love the Hilltop, the Barrington house, all that is like really cool. So we'll see if they rebuild it or what. But let me know what you think about the opening minutes in the comments down below. I am gonna wrap it up there for this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think about, what do you think is gonna happen in this episode. Leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Again, I'm wrapping it up there for this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and we're gonna have a lot of Walking Dead videos coming out, so be sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.